This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by the new specially designed, lightweight, and durable Tenzing Hang Time Day Pack. Go further, hunt longer, Tenzing.
What a beautiful morning it was this morning. Had a great encounter, and now I'm back here shooting a few arrows, getting ready for this afternoon's hunt, and reflecting back to some of the things that have already happened here in deer season 21. We've been to so many different places, so many different states. I don't know, we're probably at 7 or 8 different states right now. And now we get to enjoy 2 bucks of a lifetime, both in the state of Iowa. One with our very own Carson Brandt and one with Klemmensen, Mike Klemmensen. So both of these guys are just as nice as they come and very deserving. Clem and Tom Ware had been with us for a decade and a half, and they decided this year to take some time off. Well, they still had a camera in hand, and you won't believe what you're about to see. And Carson, who started with us in August, he's in his early 20s, 22 years old, and he takes the biggest buck of his life in a project farm, a farm that we've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into, and it was nice to see it finally pay off. But beautiful day, beautiful hunts coming at you here on Deer Season 21. We appreciate everybody that's watching, and we appreciate all the comments. Let us know what else you'd like to see. Through our 32-year history, I can think of very few people, perhaps the only one, that has affected our overall library with big, mature Midwestern whitetails like Tom Ware. Through the years, over a decade and a half, he and Clem and Scott have laid down some of the biggest, most incredible whitetails, some of the best stories, some of the best moments for bow madness and Drury outdoors. And it was with some regret when I received a call from him this summer saying, you know what, I'm thinking that myself and Clem are both going to hang it up. We want to retire. We're not going anywhere else, but we want to slow down and just take a step back from the overall production. So of course, we were appreciative. We loved Tom and Clem like brothers. We understood. So they wanted to take a little break from filming. So going into the fall of 21, it was interesting to me when I got a text from Tom. He goes, hey, what palm quarter do you guys like best? So I picked up the phone and called him. I said, are you guys getting back into filming? He said, no, not at all. But if we see a giant, I want to make sure that I've got a camera in my hand. I said, fair enough. He goes, and if we get any footage, you guys can use it. I was like, that's awesome. And I basically told him, I said, you guys are like Hall of Famers, red jacket. I said, you're always welcome back anytime. So we started sharing pictures and talking about the different deer on both of our farms like we always do every summer. And he had one in particular 10 that he was worried might have disappeared because of EHD. Eventually the deer shows back up. He's got great reconyx photo of this mega giant clean typical. And so he was excited when Clem drew an Iowa archery tag. He's waited 5 years for this. Tom was determined to try and get Clem that deer.
Well, here we are up in Iowa with Tommy Ware's farm up here in Iowa, and I'm an Illinois resident, so it took me 5 years to get a bow tag here and for Decatur County. And so Tom had a deer, got reconyx pictures of him this summer. We were up here, and this deer, his brow tines kind of went out like this, and so we named this deer Fonzie. And you know, Fonzie, Happy Days was a big show when I was a kid. And then come hunting season, October 1st is when it starts. I'm on a trip. I'm on a flight over in Europe, and I'm flying around, and every day this deer's showing up, and Tommy's sending me pictures of this deer looking into the camera going, well, Mr. Klemmensen, you're not gonna hunt today. Well then, I'm gonna come up here on the 23rd, right? So DeerCast is saying great, the weather's looking great.
So fast forward into the season, I get a text from Tom about 9 or 10 at night, and it's a picture of Clem with this giant typical. And I'm like, that's awesome, man. Congratulations, Clem. I immediately knew that it was the largest deer of Clem's life. And I said, did you guys by chance film that? He said, yes, we did. I got it on that palm quarter. It was a Canon XA40. And I was like, oh, awesome. So when I saw the footage, I just could not believe what these guys had once again gone out and laid down. Here they are retired, but still filming for fun. And they lay down some of the best mature big buck footage in Drury Outdoors history, in my opinion. It was just what you dream about as a whitetail hunter, seeing out there in the wild. Well, it happened for Tom and Clem, and I'm so happy they're allowing us to share it here on Deer Season 21, because now we get to share it with the whole world. Congratulations, Tom and Clem. Thank you for everything you've ever done for Drury Outdoors, but here's yet another one for the books. It's incredible.
This goes to the Tom Ware memory bank. Mike Klemmensen's first kill on this new camera, and he snuck down here, and he had the perfect wind, and snuck right down here like he is now. Oh boy. Hey, can you make it a little easier next time?
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the deer we call Fonzie. He came in first day in camp. He came in working a scrape, put on quite a show. Awesome footage of him. And he's the biggest deer of my life. And I didn't make a great shot. The first shot hit him a little back, but I was able to get a second shot at him and put him down. And I couldn't be happier. There's a deer we call Fonzie. Happy days.
So a huge thank you to those guys for everything they've ever done for Drury Outdoors. I'm so happy they got that palm quarter. And I just hope that there's more of these small installments as we go along here. I mean, it shows you that these guys have lived these moments through television for so many years and entertained all of us, and they still want to be able to do that. So thank you guys, we appreciate you, we love you. Keep rolling that footage, guys. Keep that palm quarter in your pack.
Here's to the perfect day of hunting with the DeerCast 10-day forecast. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
Yep, that sounds great. Thank you very much, Jessica. It means a lot. Goodbye. I'm a resident of Iowa. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on. Iowa resident. Just got the tag. Gonna be good.
Years ago, Terry and I came up with the saying, you can either find a better spot or make your spot better. And I think that really comes down to what we did with a brand new parcel. This was a lease farm, not a very big farm at all, quite small actually. And there was a big cattle operation, fairly wide open timber, a lot of pasture, and not much room for a food plot the way we would think about it in terms of what we want to do. So the first thing we needed to do was look at this farm on maps, Onyx specifically, try and break down what we thought we might be able to get in there for food plots, TSI, access, roads, all these different things. We wanted to do it without much intrusion. This is not a farm I own, it's a lease farm, so we did everything in conjunction with the owner. We knew we had our work cut out for us, but we also knew it was work that we could complete. And essentially, it's really work that anybody could do to take their spot and make it a little bit better. I remember the first time I really got in this farm, it was turkey season. So this is probably April, spring of 2020. And I couldn't wait to get on this farm and really start to break it down and try to understand what we could do to make this spot better. You know, one of the things I really liked about this place was this main ridge that runs off to the northwest. Because I think as I look back through my hunting through the last 3 decades, the places where I've had a lot of luck are places with really defined ridges, big tall ridges. This is a beautiful top. It goes all the way out here for probably some 500, 600, 700 yards. So we'll be able to come out through this ridge, bow hunt it of a morning, as well as create some bedding off the sides of these humps. The plot's going to be back here to our east, so we're going to come in here 150 yards. The reason I like that 150 yard line to 200 yards, they're going to be bedded close. It enhances daylight activity. Look at this beautiful ridge.
So in the spring of 20, Mark went into that farm and he checked it all out, seen the best spot to put a food plot, looked at all the timber, figured out where TSI needed to be. So we talked to the farmer, got the approval by him, and we decided, you know, we're going to take the path of least resistance, come off of that big timber just a little bit. And it was just an old grown-up cattle pasture. So we went in, we stayed off the side hills, kept everything up on top, and it almost created like a little bit of a horseshoe and a natural funnel. And we stayed right along the top of that ridge. We had our backs up against the open CRP field to protect our wind the best as possible.
So when we're planting to position, we also TSI to position, because you want the deer to have the food, and you also need the deer to have the bedroom to get to your food in daylight hours. In this particular spot, it's a large forest tract that has good mature hickory and oaks, and the canopy's thick. And we did this cut midsummer, full foliage, so that when I was TSIing trees, we put as much foliage on the ground in the shortest amount of time so that those deer felt that they had a bedroom close to our new food plot. So this new farm we come into, we have no idea of deer history. We have no history there. And so when we go to put in the food plot, the bean field specifically, we put up electric fence because we don't know if there's 100 deer there at night or 5. So when we put in a new plot, if there's a large amount of deer pressure there, they'll eat it down before we ever get to hunt it. So when we go in to do our food plot hot wires, we have used braided, we have used single wire, and what we've figured out that works the best is called turbo tape. It's designed for horses because it's a visual. The deer see it very well also. So we have 2 inside wires and a 3-foot gap and an outside wire. We've fenced green fields, we've fenced grain fields, just a matter of how big we decide and how much deer pressure is there to get our crops to maximum potential.
Going into a new farm, we don't have a picture history on it. We knew everything we needed to do in terms of, or what we wanted to do in terms of food plots, also in terms of timber stand improvement, tree stands or blinds, whatever we choose. But more than anything, we wanted to find out what deer were there. And no better way to do that than midsummer reconyx pictures. Some of them are on trails, some of them are on what look like historical scrapes, and others we put out there on analogic supplement gold. So going into the fall of 20, we decided to have that bean field. We protected it. It grew well, and then it came down to the greenfield choice, where no doubt we've got soybeans there. We're going to try and transfer those over in early October to biologics deer radishes. And we decided to do it on the part of the field that shaded first. It was a little more slopey, and we really weren't sure about the wind directions, but we were going to try it. It should hunt well on a northwest. We went in there and hunted it a few times, and we had decent sits, but we weren't seeing the really big deer we had pictures of, and we kept noticing that the wind might have been curling back, and we had some deer clearing, and we kind of felt like our hunch was good about where to have it, but maybe the wind was setting us back just a little bit. You know, we continued to hunt it late season. We had really good sits. We always saw deer there, but the year came and went, and we didn't end up harvesting a deer on this new farm. But that was okay, because we still felt like it was a success. We already had a history of the deer, how they came and how they went, where they would daylight, what time of the year they would daylight, and we really felt like going into year 2, summer of 21, we had some work cut out for us, but we felt like we needed to make some changes so that we could succeed in the fall of 21. Summer of 21 rolls around. Again, we've got our reconnaissance cameras out there, and we're getting some good pictures, so we felt fairly confident going into the fall of 21. We had a good plan for this farm, and we'll see if that pans out. We got a 50 or 60 acre block of timber here, and then we're going to carve out a food plot where this old opening is. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do with this piece. I always get excited about new dirt because, you know, you have plans and you have theories and you have dreams, but then when you go in and make it happen, it comes to fruition the first time you sit that muddy blind and see what happens that fall.
Carson's got his verdicts. We're going in with all kinds of bows. The Matthews are rolling in. Definitely gonna need this tonight. She's chitting. Layering up. So cold as air. I fell since Alberta. We just got in this penthouse on this Keen Omega lift system. Just a gorgeous view. We got a bean field with a little L-shaped radish field right here in front of us. Mark and I came in here a few days ago, saw a lot of does, and on the cameras there was actually a couple different mature bucks in here. One or two that's on my hit list and one or two that's on Carson's hit list. So we'll see who walks out tonight. Brandon filmed me kill really nice 10-pointer here in Iowa with early muzzleloader, so it'd be cool to for him to get to film his second deer, whether it be me or Carson shooting. If they're gonna move, they're gonna move tonight. Oh yeah, for sure. Great ones. buddy. That's a nice deer. Okay, after we reviewed the footage, it did look a touch forward, but you got good enough penetration. You didn't send it square in that shoulder. I think you might have slipped past that bone. Right. It was good penetration. Yeah, it was very. It looked like there was like 10 inches of possibly arrow inside of it. Yeah. Yeah, if it would hit that bone, it would have got, you know. I think it's synced to the offside. I think we'll be all right, buddy. Good deal. Yeah. So just give it some time. Let it get black dark. Go back and look at it on something like exactly. 3.5-inch screen. Yeah, right. For sure. I'm stoked. Big deer. Big deer. My biggest, for sure. Yeah, that might be the biggest deer of your life. No kidding. That's awesome. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, how cool is that? Carson got an arrow in one. Carson's 22 years old. Just started with us in August. Eats, sleeps, and breathes hunting. And he's helping edit Dream Season Live as well as Deer Season 21 and doing a super good job. Working more hours than you can possibly imagine. Him and Josh put in 80 hours a week every week. It's incredible how their work ethic. So I'm glad he was able to go out there and enjoy what we all love to do. We've had him out filming. This is his first night hunting. So great pair to be with Brandon and Wade. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Hopefully they get him. Heck yeah. Congratulations, dude. Well, we're back out here. We're tracking this deer. Blood was pretty thin to start, but we're starting to get into it a little bit better now. We looked at DeerCast track. We watched it hit over and over again in the blind, and I think he got enough penetration. We found the arrow, and there's about 10-12 inches of penetration, so I think we're in pretty good shape. And the blood, it's starting to pick up. We're about 80 yards. So we'll just continue on, nice and slow. He's right there. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Good job, buddy. Let's go. Okay. Look at that.
Unbelievable, dude. Awesome stuff, man. Big old headed, their first Iowa buck. First Iowa deer. I couldn't be more happy, man. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Let's get him tagged up so we can get him. Let's tag him up and take him up. Congratulations, buddy. Awesome first Iowa buck.
Thank you, Wade. It was a heck of a track job. I was getting a little nervous, but we got him. Without a doubt, my biggest deer.
Yeah, he is a beautiful buck. As soon as he stepped out of those beans, I knew he was a big, mature shooter.
Couldn't be more thankful for you guys out here helping me. And first Iowa deer, awesome team to be a part of. Very thankful.
Couldn't be happier with you and Josh and the work that you guys put in. So it's a huge congrats to you and well deserved, buddy.
Appreciate
awesome
it, man.
Stuff. Welcome to Iowa.
Thank you, Wade. It means a lot.
Big congratulations to Carson, his largest deer to date, first Iowa whitetail.
It was really fun laying out this farm with the farmers' help, Mark and Perry's help. It was a team effort, and to go in there and watch Carson kill the biggest buck of his life, it was just awesome and really fulfilling to see all of our hard work combined come together and see a deer get harvested off this piece of property. Cool stuff. Congratulations, Carson.
Congratulations, Carson. That is awesome. So here we are, deer season 21. Clem takes the largest deer of his life. Now Carson takes the largest deer of his life. And for him to do it on that farm that we have so much planning and time and effort and energy into, it really, really made all of us so excited in camp. Carson's new to our crew, but that smile, it's gonna last a while. We're so happy for him and so proud of him. Congratulations.
What's up, everyone? I'm Tim Chelsvik here at the DoD Gear Lab, and today we're chilling out with the all-new Sportsman's Collection line from Stanley. This year, they've taken it to a new level and teamed up with our lifelong partners at Mossy Oak to create the Sportsman's Collection. You've got Mossy Oak Bottomland, Mossy Oak Country DNA, and a Blaze Orange option too. The lineup consists of the iconic 1.5 quart legendary classic bottle. It's rated at 40 hours for hot beverages, 35 for cold, and a whopping 6 days iced. Now for on-the-go sipping convenience, nothing beats a 16-ounce trigger action travel mug with a rating of 7 hours hot, 10 hours cold, and 30 hours iced. Now if you need to do a little relaxing back at camp after a long day, the Stanley Easy Fill Wide Mouth Flask has you covered. The Easy Fill Wide Mouth Flask retails around 28 bucks. This season, fly that outdoor lifestyle flag with the Stanley Sportsman's Collection and enjoy the beverage of your choice at the temperature of your choice in true sportsman style.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of Deer Season 21 is brought to you by MOTV. For access to all our Drury Outdoors TV shows, head over to the MOTV app today.